Good afternoon, everybody. Edward Leos here, publisher of the Hotel Guide and your host of Travel Talk. I'm excited today to bring a good friend. We were just talking offline about some of the stuff with the property he's at in his career. But Mauro, I'm excited to have you on here from Acqualina Resorts in Miami. I stayed there probably, we were just talking about 6 months ago, one of my most favorite properties in the entire world. We're going to talk a little bit more about that, but welcome to the podcast.
Well, thank you so much, Edward. Thank you for having me. I'm super excited too. I have to say, I think it's the first podcast that I am in, so I feel like a rock star at this point. And I mean, no one really likes to hear their voice after that. After recording, right? I think it's a normal thing, but I look forward to actually listening to this episode of ours. So thank you so much for having me over, and
I'm
so happy
excited.
that you had to experience Acqualina too. So then we can play a little ball on your experience.
Definitely. So before we get into the place of where you are, tell me a little bit about yourself, the hospitality side, how you got into the industry, and maybe how you got to Acqualina, and then we'll talk about all the great things happening at the property.
Sure. I stumbled into the industry in a certain way. So I've um, wanted to become a rock star. Right? That was my big goal in life, and I did work hard for that. So I really did try, but just to safeguard my mother, and all her wisdom, say, well, you have to have a degree at one point in time, and I wanted to do something that was somewhat artistic. Right? I didn't want to follow the beaten path. I kind of went into a middle ground, which was business management with emphasis in hospitality.
Nice.
And but I wasn't thinking of working with this. I was still pursuing my artistic career by that time. And at one point in time, an ex-girlfriend was actually the personal trainer of a DOSM at the Fasano Resort, Fasano Hotels in Brazil. And they were, high-end, luxury, small, independent hotels. And by their conversation, they were looking for someone to do sales. She was talking me up. I had no idea of that happening. One day, out of the blue, I got this phone call from this French gentleman telling me to go meet with him. I had no idea what the Fasano was. I got into the place, and you have that sensation when you get into a luxury hotel, right? The lobby, the attention, the smiles, the door opening, and you're like, "Ooh, this is very different. This is really exciting, and I feel very attracted to this." So long story short, I didn't want to work in this. I set out to work for like 6 months because it was a good name to have in my curriculum. I stayed there for 8.5 years.
Wow.
Was able to open 3 properties with the Fasano name, and really met the most amazing people in hospitality in Brazil. Really got to know excellency through their dedication to their service, and eventually I was called by Starwood at the time to do sales for the St. Regis Bal Harbor here in Bal Harbor in Miami. For Latin America, I stayed there for 2 years. And through Leading Hotels of the World, I got to meet Deborah Jagger Fleming, our CEO, and had an amazing conversation. Had a couple of amazing conversations with her, and I fell absolutely in love with the idea of Acqualina, and Acqualina being a trendsetter itself, not following the path, not shifting share, not wanting to do what everyone else does, but then really creating a marketing and creating segments and really going after a new customer and providing something new, right? That no one else in the market was doing. So that blew me away. And I've been almost 7 years with Acqualina, and still as excited as I was in the first day.
Nice. Well, I mean, I love the story. We're talking offline, but I love the story of, technically you went from a rock star, you're still a rock star. You're at a rock star property. That's for darn sure. I love what's going on at Acqualina. I think it's a property that, once you're there for sure, you will never forget about it. But you guys have just won some pretty big awards. We were talking
We
about
did.
Man, I'm
Yeah.
seeing that all over social media too. Tell our guests a little bit about some of the awards that you guys are
Absolutely. We're very, very proud. We just got 4 awards from U.S. News and World Report. Is the number one best hotel in the U.S., number one best resort in the U.S., number one best hotel and resort in Florida, and number one best hotel and resort in Miami Beach. So it is such an honor. It really is a testament of the love that all our team members share every day, the commitment, the passion in which they drive every single piece of the experience. And it's a lot of, as we all know, it's a lot of factors that go into a client, a customer experience, right? Something to be as close to possible as flawless, and just being always seeking for that extra little something. I compare this. I mean, I'm a fan of Formula One, and I compare this to Formula One level. Like we're at that level where a tenth of a second is the difference between the pole position and the second place, and we're always reaching for that, how to get another tenth. And these are small little increments that require a lot of effort, a lot of passion. So getting those awards, I think it's a very big testament to that. And yesterday we also announced that our Forbes 5-star for the 12th consecutive year, which is also, such an honor. I mean, I'm beyond proud of this for the team, and very thankful for, all of our clients and all of our customers for their support too.
No, definitely. And being one of those clients that's been able to be there, I can attest to the quality and the experience. We were talking offline about that as well. And, when you go to Miami, you think, oh, let's get out and let's go see the city. And I remember going to the Acqualina and I was like, I ain't going anywhere. I just stayed on property, ate at the nice restaurants, and, experienced the beach. And I was like, I'm not going anywhere.
So that's it. We got our hooks on you. That's exactly what we want to. Once you get in, it's a surprise that you left at all. Some of our guests actually become our residents, which is part of actually the kind of the ecosystem that we have. Acqualinas also we have residences, and some of our guests become residents. They just decide to buy there, so in love that they are with the property, the grounds, and the service.
No, it is great. And so I love that combination of the residents as well as the ability to go there and visit. So as we're going into 2024, starting the year out, what are some of the things that you guys have on tap for this year? Anything in special that people need to be looking out for?
Yes. I mean, we've been working a lot, on the product itself, and throughout the year, throughout a couple of years, we have added some experiences. For instance, we have added Avra, which is our 4th oceanfront restaurant, in addition to Molino, New York, Keu, which is a Japanese fusion, and Costa Grill, which is the only seaside restaurant in Miami. So we have at Avra, we enhanced all of our guest rooms and suites. All of the bathrooms and all the kitchens have been redone, and they look modern and contemporary. Still have the DNA of Acqualina, which is classic with modern furnishings, but we upgraded, right? We really do feel that that you have that coastal living, that residential living. So a lot of investment came to the property the past couple of years. And in 2024, we just launched AquaFit, which is a program that is going to be tied to a fitness center renovation, but for now it's a program. And that program, includes meditation, guided meditation for adults and kids. There's a co-ed space at the spa with intention writing and coloring. It's really to try to bring into the stay. So it's not an add-on. It's not something that one needs to pay for, but it's really, if our guest wants to add to their experience the wellness element, the mindful element, the present element, we want to give them the tools to do so. We think it's really important for both a customer journey through Acqualina, and it's very fitting to where we are, because we're not in the South Beach area, right? We're in Sunny Isles Beach, which is a calmer place, almost like an oasis in the middle of that hustle and bustle that is Fort Lauderdale, Miami. So it's very fitting that when it's there, we want to give our guests the tools to be able to be present and really kind of enjoy and be mindful of the surroundings. We're also launching 2 new suites. We're working on renovating 2 new suites. One of them is a classic suite, which is the only suite that we have that the bathroom also has a window to the outside. So we find it to be the more romantic suite, and we're gonna dub that to be our informally called honeymoon suite. Nice. And the other one is a 3-bedroom suite, which has it's big and beautiful and bold, and the whole bathroom has been redone with slab of marbles from floor to ceiling, a complete new decor. So we're very excited about launching new suite product, because I think that's galvanizes, and it really is a passion project of ours. We are also redoing, as I alluded to a little bit earlier, the fitness center. So taking the aquafit concept and turning it into a physical environment through a new fitness center with all techno gym, state-of-the-art equipment, really cool looking with the black and the wood and green marble. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. And the whole mezzanine space, which is where our meeting space and business center is. We do receive small hotel, right? We receive small groups, but these small groups, these incentives, they're gonna be met by the next year with something special in a new renovated space. And last but very not least, we also going to redo our our bar, and our bar downstairs will have a whole different atmosphere as well. A place that is going to be is already very welcoming, but it's going to become even more welcoming and more integrated with the pieces of modernity that we have around. And how is that evolving, right? It's an ever evolving product. So we're very excited about all of these. I mean, there's a lot on deck for 2024.
Yeah.
Full operation for a busy hotel, but we always manage to happen, and we're happy to be able to offer our clients always something new to delight them, right?
Yeah, and that's the good thing. And you're just making me want to go back to go see all the changes. And so that's what you want to be doing. It's that 10th of a second better every year, every moment. And you guys are leading the pack with regards to that as well. So I love the fact that I've experienced it. And when I go back, I'll be able to experience all the upgrades and changes as well to that as well. So I'm going to switch it to a quick personal question. I like to ask all my guests this. Favorite travel destinations, and then any bucket list travel places that you want to get to.
All right, favorite travel destinations. Very, very biased of me to some extent, but Brazil, and specifically an island called Fernando de Noronha in Brazil. It is an archipelago, and it's about 1 hour away from Recife. Is where depend on the year and the publication, but is where 2 or 3 of the most beautiful beaches in the world are. So for anyone who hasn't been there, is absolutely fantastic. Very small island. It's something almost out of this world. So that's one of my favorite destinations to go to. It's quite simple. It's not really flashy, but for me, it hits the mark 100%. Great food, great beach, adventurous and relaxing at the same time. For me, is a perfect setting. Bucket list wise, well, I became a dad about a year ago. So I have to say that all my preconceived notions of bucket lists kind of went to the side, and now I'm starting to think, where should I travel with the little one? She's a beautiful baby girl, and I want. In my mind, I'm imagining us going to Giraffe Lodge and being able to be closer to nature and animals. I keep imagining us having breakfast and being in that setting where she can see a real life giraffe and have that interaction with nature around her. So I think that's something that is in my mind. I'm also obviously want to take her to some adrenaline to the despair of my wife. So I want to take her to a place that is also very near and dear of my own, which is Mont Tremblant in Montreal for skiing. I was raised in Montreal, so I spent a lot of time in Mont Tremblant, and it has always been a place that is special from a family perspective. So I think that's what's on my mind currently.
Man, you got some good ones, and congrats on the daughter. I'm a dad of 3, and I've got 2 girls, and unfortunately, they're both in college now, so I don't have to worry about the trips with that aspect as all. So, but hey, you're in
I'm
for
sure you have some great trips with the family,
and then those memories. Well, cool. So as we wrap up, tell me a little bit about the best way for people to reach Acqualina or to find the property on our channel, so that they can definitely reach out to you guys.
Absolutely. Yes, please follow us at Acqualina Resort on Instagram and on Facebook as well, Acqualina Resort, and do check out the website at www.acqualinaresort.com. You have all the information there. It's always updated. There's great videos, great content, and always links to the best offers and promotions that are ongoing to make it easier for you to make your booking. And you can, of course, through there contact our reservations team through the numbers that we have there, or even through the chat that we have on the website. So easy to contact us, and we're there to answer any questions that you have and prepare your journey to Miami.
Perfect. Well, Mauro, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on. 15 minutes is way too fast. I have a feeling that we could have filled several podcasts. So my commitment to you is this won't be the last time you'll be on our podcast. We'll talk about some other trips, maybe even talk about some of your experiences as well, the adrenaline junkie side in you. But thank you for being on the show today. And for everybody out there who is listening, please like it. Please subscribe to the channel. Please follow the hotel guide. And obviously, you get a chance, check out Acqualina Resorts when you're in Miami. And if you're not, you got to put that on your bucket list, because that is a definite bucket list venue to be a part of. So until next time, travel, make memories, and we'll see each other soon. Take care.
Thanks for having me.